Hello, it's just me again. Just me, Nancy today. Hello, hello, hello. So it's late. It's 10:58 p.m. I just did a video to you. It was 8 minutes long, and it says over here. It says Nancy today's webcam video, November 9th, 2011, 10:45 p.m. It says failed, unable to convert video file. Well, what's that about? How can it be unable to convert the video file? Makes no sense at all. I always make them on here. I work on my little white computer, and then I upload them and I check them out on my other one. My little white thing. But it always moves around, you see, because it's in my hand. Suppose I could put it on the table. There. Is that better? You might like that better, mightn't you? But it's very far away, and so I don't think it's going to be loud enough. There. No, it's not showing me. It's showing me. I don't like this white wall behind. Yeah, I always have to do this. I was telling you about emails. When somebody forwards something, I don't forward things ahead. I never forward things. I always check them out. I go to that urban legends site, which I can't remember, and I tried very hard to remember what it was. I think it starts with P. Anyway, so I always check it out. There's a few people that send me things, and if it's really good, I'll put it on my journal. But I don't forward it to people because I don't like when people forward. People don't like it when other people forward things to them. Just treat them like just an email address. I got this one email today about a recipe exchange. But you were supposed to put your own name, move the other person's name to the top and put your name under it. I forgot to put my name on it. I'm not going to get any recipes. Did you realize that? I had a hard time finding 20 people to send things to. That's right. Because I used to have a lot of people's addresses, but that was when I was a travel writer. And I would have all these travel writer addresses, and I would have editor addresses and destination addresses. I'm not doing that. So, and when you guys write to me, you write, it could be, if it's a personal message, it goes on the YouTube inbox. So I reply through that. And so the return address is always YouTube. And the same if you comment, the return address is always YouTube. And so I don't have anybody's email addresses. Like, I had a really hard time finding 20 people to send that to that would like a recipe. And I left my name off. Can you imagine that? Oh well, so I guess somebody else will have fun. Somebody else is going to get not 636, but 70. 36 and 36, 72. I have my genealogy on the internet. And so I was looking at it tonight with my mom, and we're trying to figure out how. She said something like, well, how come other people, my parents or, my aunts and uncles, none of those people, never heard about them having asthma and any of these things. Well, and I looked it all up, and people were dying at 64 and 37, 32, 45. Some people, some grandmothers and stuff lived to 76, but that was about the highest. A lot of people, like, I think her grandfather died at 37. Her mother died at something like 42. Like, these people, how come we gotta live so long? I like the idea of going to the other side. I think the other side is an exciting place to be. But, that's not to be. I mean, I like my kids. I like life. I don't really want to get depressed or anything. I just wonder, why do we have to be here twice as long as everybody else had to? Life is hard, isn't it? Don't you find life is a bit rough sometimes? Very rough sometimes. A lot of people have it very, very rough for many years. Ah, alas. Surprised that was my reaction. Why do we have to be here so long? That's not quite the reaction you would expect. I get so much out of life. I get something out of every detail of life. I'm a very happy person. I love my husband. I love being married to him. He's great. I love my mother. I love my kids. I love Heavenly Father. I'm very happy. I'm very fortunate to have a happy life. And it's not that everything goes well. I've had heck of a lot of rough stuff for many, many years. Yesterday when I was closing the door, when I was locking up the downstairs, it occurred to me how nice it is not to be in trouble. I was always in trouble, locking up the door and just being in that area of the house. It's like I was always in trouble. I guess I was leaving or coming home or locking up at night or whatever it was. And when my dad was alive, I was always in trouble. But not anymore. I'm never in trouble anymore. My mother thinks I'm wonderful. She always thought I was wonderful. So it's really kind of a lot of hard times are over. I have a lot of good things. I'm sorry for all of you that have a lot of bad things in your life. A lot of you are probably going through terrible, traumatic stuff. I'm very sorry. I don't really want to go through it for you. I don't want to have trouble. I learned never to pray for strength. Never. You know how you get strength? By living through trouble. If you want to have more strength, don't pray for it. Just develop it. If you ask for strength, the Lord will give you trouble. If you ask for faith, He'll give you things that will test your faith. If you ask for patience, you get things that try your patience. Never ask for things like that, ever. Just grateful for my nice guy. But who knows what the future holds? Who knows? You never know. Tomorrow, everything could go downhill. Tomorrow I could be a paraplegic. You just don't know. That would be a lot worse than, dying or something. This terrible pain forever. Or all kinds of problems that you could have. Tomorrow I could find out I have cancer. I doubt I'd have cancer because you'd have symptoms ahead of time. Anyway, you know what I mean. You just don't know. And it might look like somebody's got it easy. This kid told me I might as well kill myself because I'm so old. This is a YouTube kid. Where do they get off saying these things? Like, are they not surrounded by old people in their lives? Like their parents, their grandparents, people next door, people they see driving? Is that the way they think all people that are older than them should deal with life? Man, and they don't know that it's going to happen to them. It's one thing about being young is you just don't believe you're ever going to live past 20. That's really old. Or if you live to 20, you don't think you're ever going to get to 40 or 50. Certainly not 60. This is a morbid conversation. Though I don't mean it to be. I love you very dearly. You're all so good to me. Now I think that I'm going to be heading north from Nashville. Even though I don't want to go through Canada, I may go around. I may go around the lake instead of going up on the inside of the lake. Go around Erie and Ontario and come up that way because the gas is $20 a tank full cheaper. But if I go straight north before I go around the lakes, there are 4 people I could visit. There are. I have to pick up Barb in Nashville and then go up from there. It's just too complicated to have her meet me somewhere. That's just too complicated. When does her bus arrive? What if it's late? What if I'm late? What if I don't feel like driving that day? All that sort of stuff. I can't really ever pin myself down to doing something on schedule. It's an ADD symptom. I have a very hard time with time management. Last night when I was sleeping, I dreamed that my hand hurt a lot. I think it did hurt. I think I have carpal tunnel coming back again. If you have carpal tunnel, you have to sleep with your arm bent like this way, because if it goes like the normal thing to do is to put your hands like that when you sleep. It's just a normal thing that you do. So you have to make yourself a little cast or put on one of those bands and then have it bend your hand back like that. Because otherwise, if you do like that, then you're going to end up with your hand asleep. if you have carpal tunnel. Have I talked long enough? Do you know that I'm here? Of course you know I'm here. Where did that come from? I guess I'm tired of thinking of things to say. But I love you all, and I love your comments. I've been trying to work on answering your comments, and I'm back to September. I'm answering comments from the beginning of September now. I'm only 6,000 comments behind. But I'm making progress because I was 10,000 behind, or 9,000 behind. But I don't think all of them haven't been answered. I think this is all of my Gmail. This is everything I've gotten from the time I started Gmail, and I think I had answered a lot of them back at the very beginning. So it's probably not 6,000. There's probably a bunch of them from a couple years ago that I've already gone through and answered. But you'll never know. I'll never know till I get back to them. But you know, when I go to a video to look at a video, I hope this is going to upload. It says it's 11 minutes long. What if it doesn't upload? And then I'm stuck having done 2 of them tonight. I have to call Willem. I don't have time for this. Okay, well, you know what I do at the end of a video. I say, well, bye. It's Nancy today. Signing off. I saw it here last. And lately I've been saying, you can do this at home. Results may differ. Bye.